In this video, we're going to look at simple distillation. Simple distillation can be used to separate solutes from solvents, for example, salty water, or two miscible liquids, for example, inky water. Miscible means the liquids can dissolve into each other. Now, simple distillation only works if the components of the mixture have a big enough difference in their boiling point. Let's take a look at the apparatus we would need to carry out simple distillation, for example, on something like inky water. Oh no, the diagram is missing its labels. That's better. So we would need a Bunsen burner. This would provide the heat needed to boil the substances in the round bottom flask. In the round bottom flask, we would have our mixture that we're trying to separate, in this case inky water. We would need a thermometer in the top of the round bottom flask to monitor the temperature. And these red items here are bungs or stoppers. They prevent any gas from escaping. Next we have the Liebig condenser. The Liebig condenser is like a tube of glass surrounded by another tube of glass. So it's a tube within a tube. Water goes into the Liebig condenser here and comes out here. And then to collect one of the components of the mixture, we have a beaker. We always fill the Liebig condenser starting from the bottom, and we angle it upwards so that the water fills in the bottom of the Liebig condenser first and exits from the top, so all of the Liebig condenser completely fills with water. It looks something like this. Let's begin heating our mixture of ink and water. As you can see, the water in the mixture is starting to turn into a gas. It's starting to boil, and the water vapor is rising up the round bottom flask, going towards the condenser. Now, the boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. But the boiling point of this ink is 193 degrees Celsius. So we would need to carefully monitor the temperature on the thermometer here so that it doesn't reach or exceed 193 degrees Celsius, because that would mean that we have ink vapor going into the Liebig condenser. The water evaporates first, turning into a gas because it has a lower boiling point. So now the water vapor has started to enter the Liebig condenser. Because the Liebig condenser continually has water entering and leaving it, it's kept very cold. Because the Liebig condenser is very cold compared to the hot water vapor, the hot water vapor begins to condense, turning back into a liquid in the Liebig condenser. The droplets of water go down the Liebig condenser because it's at an angle, and because of gravity they fall into the beaker where they are collected. And at the end we would have the water collected in the beaker, and the ink would remain in the round bottom flask. Now I want you to pause the video here and try these 6 questions. Here are the answers. Like the video if you got all 6 correct.